Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the instant match reaction for Atalanta 3, Everton 0 in the Europa League match day 1. Absolutely dicked we were tonight. Where to start? That was another massively poor performance again. In the last 3 games, all 3 teams have managed to have a second half. You could basically have a training session. It was that again. And again, we didn't start massively bad. For the first 10 minutes or so, they had control, but there was a nice little spell in the middle of the first half where Gylfi Sigurdsson stings the keeper's hands, and he puts the ball just over the bar. We kept possession, and it wasn't too bad. But they were dangerous on set pieces, and it was from a corner, which from a save actually by Stekelenburg, that they got an easy tap in. And we just felt a bit again. I absolutely again just felt a bit. Now, I don't know what it is about this team, but it doesn't seem to have any heart at all. I'm going to say a few things about Koeman, but I've just watched Koeman's interview, and the first thing he said was, "Where's the desire? Where's the passion on the pitch?" Atalanta, they were well up for it tonight. Their fans were well up for it. They weren't even playing at home, but straight away they were up for it. It meant something to them. Our players, it looked like they didn't mean anything to them. Too many just walking around, letting players go past them, not following runs. Now, why is that? The manager just asked the question, and to be honest, to be fair to him, he put it on himself, as well as the players, why they weren't up for it, and that has to be addressed first of all. Why aren't the players up for it? You look on social media, you look on Twitter, and people are already saying, "Has he lost the dressing room?" These things and that. But how can you lose the dressing room of players that you've just signed? But why aren't players up for these games? It's a European tie. It's what you work all season for, to get there, and the players just don't look up for it whatsoever. They didn't look up for the Spurs game. They didn't look up for the Chelsea game. And I don't honestly know what the problem is. I'm just scratching my head with the whole thing at the moment. I mean, first of all, we bought all these players, and the manager doesn't seem to. Well, we bought all these players, and in my head, I was thinking the manager must have a plan of where he wants these players to play. But I watched the performance, and I honestly don't think he has got a plan. It was just like, is an opportunity to sign someone, and they've signed. That, honestly, is the worst thing you can do. You've got to have a plan how to set a team up, and then play into that system. We just seem to be playing players anyway. Wayne Rooney was left midfield tonight. What? I can understand him setting a team up to go out there and try and do a job and either snatch a point or try and get a win. But that team tonight was just all over the place again. Either playing out of position or not playing in their own position, and it's just not working. And you've got to look at the manager and say, what are you doing with these players? He said himself, the players were unprepared. But why are they unprepared? Why are they unprepared to play a game like this? Vlasic has been at the club a week, and he's been thrown in, to play it tonight. And I thought he did okay, but you're playing him in a position where Gylfi Sigurdsson should be playing, the player who you tried all summer to bring in for £45 million. Why wasn't he playing in that position? It's square pegs, round holes again. This is a period of the season where we knew we'd be playing tough games. We knew it would be a struggle, and yet we've set ourselves up to just lose games. The defence looked really tight, and then suddenly it looks all over the place. I just don't understand that. We're not, at least if we're not scoring goals, be tight at the back at least, and give yourself a bit of breathing room to get through games or get through sticky periods. We look so open. So many players just look poor. Schneiderlin looks so poor at the moment. Get him out the team. Why isn't Tom Davies been given a chance? Why is Besic playing ahead of Tom Davies? I can understand why, you want to rest people and not bringing, not having Garner, but I'm really lost by the whole by the whole system at the moment. I mean, again, I'm just looking at the stats here. 3 shots on target. That's actually an improvement on what we've had. We had 13 shots and 3 shots with 49% possession. But what are we doing with that possession? We're not doing anything with it. It's just passing it round the back and passing it round midfield. It doesn't go anywhere, and it doesn't go anywhere fast. And, you know, Atalanta are a decent side, but they're not a great side. And we made them look like an amazing side tonight. And that's the most worrying thing. I just can't put my finger on what we are trying to do. What is the shape? What is the setup? What are the players doing all week to improve? You know, at the back, we suddenly look awful. Keane, in the last 2 games, has just looked absolutely abysmal. Now, is that because he's not got a partner next to him? Is it because the right back keeps changing? These are the things. You want a set team every week. You want your spine to be set. This is where it was massive that we didn't get a centre-half to go alongside them. A centre-half that would play alongside them. We need a right-back, and we need to stick to that right-back. Whether it be Holgate, whether it be Martina. It should really be Joe Kenny. And Baines is just suddenly looks very old and exposed because people are just running at him and leaving him for dust. And suddenly these little problems that, we're not maybe seen as problems are just getting magnified. Not getting a striker in is now looking absolute disgraceful decision. And all these little problems are getting just bigger and bigger and bigger because the team hasn't settled. But I put that on the manager. He's not allowing it to settle because he hasn't got a set way of playing. Every week I look at it and I go, what are we playing today? All right, well, we're playing. He seems to, I don't know whether he settled on a 4-2-3-1. It doesn't work because we haven't got a centre forward mobile enough. Dominic Calvert-Lewin I thought he had a decent game tonight, but if no one's joining up, then what's the point? It's so fragmented and it's so disjointed, and we've got a tough game now on Sunday against Man United, and okay, after that we've got a better run of fixtures, and that'll tell me more about this team than the last few games has. But I'll go back to what I said at the top. Where's the passion? Where's the desire? Where's the fire? Where's players getting genuinely upset that things are not happening on the pitch? I don't see it. We look rudderless again. A lot was said about this manager and these players. Now we bought all these captains. Well, where are they all? It's suddenly like put an Everton shirt on, they shrink. I just don't understand it again. We just look all over the place, and people are seriously question the manager. I can understand that, and I question him because you buy players, you buy Klassen, you buy Sigurdsson, you buy Rooney, you buy Vlasic. There's 4 number 10 type players. How are they all going to fit into the team, and how are you trying to fit them in the team? You don't buy a centre forward, even a half decent centre forward. The kid they had playing for them looked brilliant. There's got to have been a few players in Europe that can play that role well. That wouldn't cost you a fortune. Where's the brilliant scouting? Where's this mass scouting that we were promised was going to come in? You just start scratching your head. You wonder how other teams have players, that we need and they've got. You wonder why they've got them and we haven't, and why we've left ourselves so short. We've overstocked in one area of the pitch and not looked at all the other pitch. A centre back, a left back, a centre forward, wingers. Remember them wingers? Those things that get up and down the pitch and provide crosses. Whatever happened to them? Why isn't Lookman involved somewhere in this game? Why isn't Tom Davies involved? Why isn't Joe Kenny involved? It's totally baffling. But we've set ourselves up tonight to just fail as far as I'm concerned. I just seriously just cannot understand the rationale of the manager. Again, the Chelsea game, I understood it. We'd just come off the back of the split game and it felt like it was the end of a long week. The Tottenham game, again, we were all right for the first 20 minutes and then it just felt a bit. And then tonight, it's a continuing pattern. But it's the manager and the players. It's not just the manager. The players are out there and they don't look like they're arsed. They simply don't. They didn't look like they were arsed on Saturday. They don't look arsed tonight. We set up in a way and we frustrated them. And then we hit them on the counter attack. Why didn't we have that thought process tonight? Why have we just left ourselves wide open to be beaten? We're going to a team in Italy that we're going to be, that are a good side. Defense to be decent. Why have we just left ourselves exposed to just, as soon as we lose it in midfield, we're done for? Because that's what it was like tonight. As soon as we lost it in midfield, we were gone. We were absolutely gone. And, you know, I know, okay, people might be saying, well, it's about Koeman and sacking and all that. That's not a word that should be really coming into things now they're in September. But those things creep into people's heads because you look at the team and you just go, what are we doing? Why do we look worse than last season? Okay, we had Romelu Lukaku, but we still played well. We didn't beat Man City 4-0 at home because of Romelu Lukaku. We looked like a decent side that knew what it was doing. Now we don't know. We look like we know what we're doing. We just look all over the place. And the manager, I think, one reason is because the manager's over-reliant on certain players to get us through. Baines, Ashley Williams, and for me, straight away, the alarm bell's there for not bringing a player that can compete with those three players is ridiculous. And I'll go back to the right back situation. You cannot keep swapping Martina and Holgate. Oh, today I want an attacking right back. Let's get Martina. Today I want a defensive right back. Let's bring in Holgate. No, you have one right back that can do both jobs. Or is such a good an attacking right back that their left back is terrified to go forward. Or I don't know, maybe we've got one sitting in the under-23s that at least deserves a chance. Maybe. Go back to basics. The whole of the beginning of the season should have been get through the tough start by being hard to beat and doing the basics right. But we haven't. We've just tried to jam players into the team willy-nilly, and it hasn't worked. Get two up front. Get Dominic Calvert-Lewin next to Sandro. When we played Stoke in the second half, when we actually looked good, when we had Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Sandro, and Wayne Rooney playing behind them, for that 15 minutes or so till Sandro went off, we actually looked quite good. That's probably the best we've looked all season, was in that 15 minutes. When Rooney controlled the game, and at Man City, he controlled the game, he played just behind. But then where would you fit this player and where would you fit that player? No, go back to basics for the beginning. Klassen hasn't settled yet. Sigurdsson still looks way off it because he didn't have a pre-season. He still looks way, and that will take games, but he looks way off it. Go back to basics. That tonight, from when they scored, we just fell to bits, and that leaves big questions to what's going on, or how he's setting them up, or what is happening. Finch Farm. That asks massive questions because that just looks like players who aren't asked, who don't believe in the system, and are not comfortable playing the way we're playing, or players are playing. There's too many of them playing out of position when you should say, well, who's our best player in that position? He is, then play him. And then who fits in with him? He does. Not, well, let's play him here and let's play. If we've got a left winger, Wayne Rooney shouldn't be playing left wing. And if we've got a right winger, then someone else shouldn't be shoehorned in there. That's how it should be. That's how a proper football team works. Not shoehorning players in to the team. Sunday now, well, it's a massive game anyway, and we all know what's going to happen. I don't know. I started the season with a lot of optimism because I believed in the manager and I believed he had a plan for the signings and I believed he had a thought process for going after someone like Gylfi Sigurdsson for so long. And yet now I'm sitting here, less than 2 months into the season. And it just feels like he just got all these players and just went and seen what sticks. And it's not working. And something on the pitch has to change. Something off the pitch will be changing because it's awful. We don't look like we've got a goal in us. It's the fourth, in 4 games we've scored 1 goal, or well, we scored hardly any, have we? Let's just say that we've scored hardly any goals, and we scored 2 in the Premier League, and I don't know. It's worrying. It really is worrying, and I seen him after the match, and he didn't look angry, and I don't know. He just looked he looked confused by the situation. But listen, not as confused as us fans. Listen, fair play to all the fans who went out there. It was awful, but at least you get to go and drink your troubles away tonight over in Italy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm sure there'll be a varied amount. Check out Baz's instant reaction and his player ratings, and keep your eye out for the final word. Thanks for watching Toffee TV. We'll see you later.